Hey guys, all right, welcome to another episode of Henry's Backup Watch. I'm gonna take three major topics, but before I go on, let me make certain things clear since I'm doing a lot of introduction to all my content. Um, I'm what I'm not that kind of person that pay too much attention to preseason friendly, so I might not talk about it. Not that it's not that I'm not aware that it's going on. I'm not just that kind of person that pays too much attention to it because preseason is not something I take very serious, especially in this circumstance where you have a lot of players coming back from the World Cup that will not be in the immediate team, the first team. A lot of them are coming back there from their vacation, so you cannot take the preseason, the play, the tactics as something that, oh, this is an indication of how good we're gonna be or how bad the team is gonna be. Okay, so I just wanted it out there that I know the preseason is going on, but it's something that I don't take that very important. I look at it, but I don't. It's not something that I use to judge how far we're gonna go in the season. All right. So I'm going to do a quick update on three stories. I'm going to talk about Rodri, Ferran Torres, and Julian Alvarez, which is the main thing. All right. So just like you can see on my screen, Fabrizio Romano already said, he said Barcelona are set to send their new bid for Rodri as the player has told Man City he only wants Barca. That's the stuff that the phrase, the word that is key to me there. He has told Man City he only wants Barca. So that kind of help us to get a very sweet deal. As him and his entourage have informed Man City, the only team he wants right now is Barcelona. So even though the first bid was not accepted by Man City, we should know right now that this is a done deal. The key word is here. He only wants Barcelona. So which makes us to be on the advantage while we discuss, try and finalize the deal with Man City. Like I said in my previous video, we actually don't need Rodri. His style of game, the style of play suits us, but we have a lot of talent in the midfield, so we actually don't need it. But one thing I forgot to put in my last video that made me so interested in this uh, is that we denied Real Madrid of having exactly what they need to compete. Exactly what they need to compete. All right. Another thing I forgot to elaborate in my last video, which I'm gonna do that before I continue with this Rodri. I said the past 2 seasons, 2 to 3 seasons, Real Madrid off-season acquisition has been so bad. Okay, it has been so bad. Anyway, before I go on, can you please, as much as possible, like this video, share the video, and please subscribe to the channel. All right. Why I was saying that the Real Madrid acquisition for the past 2 seasons has been so poor, I'll give you a perfect example. All right. For example, we always know that Florentino players always acquire players not for the need of the team. It's just for the sale of jersey to make money, more profit, and others, not for the need of the team. That's why they have a huge problem on the left flank with the acquisition of Mbappe. You know you don't need Mbappe when you have already Vinicius, but it wasn't considering the need of the team. It was about the profit. and getting one of the top players in the world to be in your team. The top player in the world is not actually needed by your team in that position. Your team needed a striker and a midfielder and a very good central defender. The past 2-3 seasons, that's what Real Madrid needed. Okay, what did he do? He went and get Vinicius. Vinicius was not his need. It's not the need of the team. I mean, he went and get Mbappe. Mbappe was not what the team needed. That's why Mbappe was moved to play as a striker. That's a role he's not used to. As quality as he's not an out-and-out striker. And people keep saying, oh, he's doing so good as a striker, he's scoring so many goals. Please, how many of those goals is penalty? And how many of those penalties are deserving? It has come to the time that we need to say the truth the way it is, okay? So that's one of the things that why I say they don't need him. They don't. The team, the president always goes and get a team that they don't need. Another area where I felt they really messed up. I said this online, and one of Real Madrid supporter replied me. I didn't argue because I'm thinking deep. I'm thinking deep. Why when I said that? When we acquired Garcia, the goalkeeper, Garcia was so cheap. His team had no choice in the position to stop him. They were so cheap. The Garcia was so cheap to get. And Garcia is so good as a goalkeeper. If you were to try to make sure you know who you're going to compete with at the end of the season for title, we all know it boils down to 3 teams, but mostly 2 teams. Let's say 3 teams. We say Barcelona, we say Real Madrid, and we say Atletico Madrid. But if it goes down to the wire to 2 teams, we all know who: Barcelona and Real Madrid. For Barcelona, that was having a financial crisis, to acquire Garcia. Real Madrid should, in my opinion, should have gotten Garcia. When it comes to the power, at that moment we're going through financial problem, it would have been easy for them to acquire Garcia. Garcia may not be their number one, but in the future he will be. So I believe, tell me what you think about it, okay, in the comment section. I believe Real Madrid should have acquired Garcia and not let him go to Barcelona, because the squad of 2 years ago just needed a very good goalkeeper, and you allowed us to acquire Garcia. So that to me is 2 major areas where their off season for the past 2 seasons have been poor. All right. So, and then they repeat the same thing in this off season. The main thing they require is a midfielder, and you have a world class midfielder. Let me put that in another way. You have the best midfielder in the world right now. The best midfielder who just won the World Cup, a Ballon d'Or winner. You had him the opportunity to sign him. He has indicated he wanted to come, and you kept going after things that are not priority. Rodri should have been priority, okay? Now that we have said my own piece, please reply in the comment. Let me know. So let me read this again. It said Barcelona are set to send their new bid for Rodri, as the player has told Man City he only wants Barca. Barca have zero doubts internally. Total confidence and seen as matter of time working on the final fee. So the final fee will, the next 48 hours, the next 48 hours, the final fee should be agreed. I think this is a done deal. Like I said, the key word is what? He only wants Barcelona. And I know if you have a player like Rodri, first of all, Pedro will not be too stressed. You can even have it, even though you have two pivot, but you can use one at a time. In a key games like against Real Madrid and Atletico, you can use both. You can alternate so that they both have their rests, and that helps with what their longevity. Okay, so I think this deal will be concluded this week. All right, let's move to the next one. He said, breaking news: Paris Saint-Germain have agreed all terms with Ferran Torres. We all know this was coming. Ferran has also informed Barcelona about his desire to join PSG project, as reported by Masa Yusevic. Okay, negotiations now starting between clubs over transfer fee. Barca not forcing Ferran to stay. I love that. I love that. Barcelona is not forcing Ferran to stay. Okay, why are you gonna force something that was never up to scratch? It was never up to scratch. I know his new contract is set. We are in September. We are set to offer him a new contract, and we can't do it before September by the law. Okay, but he has so many people putting stuff in his ear. You scored the goal that won the World Cup in the final. The same guy that have gone 3 months without a goal in Barcelona. He feels he should be offered the position of the top striker. Brother, you are not good enough. Okay? You are not good enough. That's the same reason why we got you so cheap from Man City. Okay? You are not good enough. So I believe this also is going to be a done deal. And that's okay by us. All right? So with that transfer fee coming in, we can set it aside for the next place that we need, which is a striker. We need a striker. We need a striker, which takes me to the next story and the last one. I don't know how confident I am with this. I hope this is true. As a Barca fan, I hope this is true. This is from Juan Yesu. It says he gave us a lot of key points. He said exclusive. Simone will facilitate Julian Alvarez departure. That would be great. He said the Cholo respect the player's decision and is already preparing for the future. The key points of the deal is now below. He said Simone will respect the player's decision, which every club, every good coach should respect that. You cannot force a player who does not believe in the project to stay. It doesn't make sense. It affects the locker room. A player doesn't want to stay, you let him go, just like what Barcelona is doing for Ferran Torres. If a player wants to go, let them go. Okay? I'm not saying let them go for free. Don't let it, that's a bad business. Letting them go for free is bad business. But if they want to go, let there be a deal for them to go. Don't make it impossible for them to go, especially once they don't believe in the project. Okay, let's look at the key point. It says a smooth exit. Simone will ask Gil Martin to facilitate Julian's departure. Is the promise he made to him during the brief chat at the World Cup. He said no hard feelings, but the coach applies his golden rule. Don't keep any player whose head is elsewhere and who isn't 100% committed to the project. Just like I said, if a player is not 100% committed to a project, please don't keep him. Unless you want to put him on the bench so that he can be earning money for free. But if you put him on the field, you just imagine You're placing a player on the field, and you know very well it's not going to give 100% effort. It doesn't make sense. All right, I said the behind the scenes negotiation. Julian's agent has informed Deco of this during a meeting held this week on Wednesday. In it, Deco made it clear that Barca is willing to significantly improve its initial offer, which was about €100 million, if Gail Martins opened the door again this very Monday. So that meeting for tomorrow, which we all know about, because Julian Alvarez is meant to resume in Atletico tomorrow. So, and he's planning to have a meeting with the board and the coach and everything. All right. Okay, the top priority in parallel, Victor Osimhen's file has clearly accelerated this week. Simone has spoken with him, and the Nigerian striker is fully open to joining the Cochinello project. So Nigerians, Victor Osimhen has spoken with Simone. If that is true, that means Simone is already thinking of a replacement, which should be good for even Atletico for business sake. I don't think they're gonna get it's gonna be that expensive to get Osimhen. I don't think so. You know why? Because he's moving from Turkey league to a bigger league in the Spanish league. I don't think it's gonna be. Victor Osimhen will do everything to make that move come true. And this is the opportunity he's been waiting for, to go into a big club. All right. It's a big things are brewing in private, and everybody could speed up at once starting this Monday. I want to have this story to be true. I'll be so happy if this story is true. All right. So those are the updates right now. Like I said from the beginning, I'm not so much into the preseason friendly, but those are the updates. If you have any comment, question, please put in the comment section. And like I said before, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. All right, I'll catch you all later. Bye.